Hello, Seiiti Arata. Self-efficacy is the belief in the ability that you have to organize and execute tasks to meet your goals. If you're having a hard time achieving your objectives, it means you need to improve your self-efficacy. And how can you improve your self-efficacy? By increasing your belief in your own self-efficacy. It looks like circular logic, but there is a technique that will help you to increase your self-efficacy that consists of introducing mini habits. When you complete easy tasks, you start to believe that you are effective, capable of organizing yourself and of executing your tasks with a final objective in mind. And this way, your self-efficacy increases. What you cannot do is to maintain the belief that you're not able to meet your goals, because that is when your self-efficacy diminishes. Self-efficacy is the belief you have in your ability to achieve results. And that is why you need to believe more in yourself. But in order to believe in yourself, you need to base that belief on facts. One thing feeds the other. If it is useless to be thinking that you're capable when, in fact, you're not able to achieve any big goal. Your belief needs to come from positive results. So how can you achieve those positive results? The secret is thinking small and acting small. Small habits increase your self-efficacy because they create positive and continuous results. Be aware of the problem created by big goals. For example, you want to earn more money, you want to be fit, you want to move and live in your dream house, you want to have the perfect loving relationship, you want to be fluent in a foreign language and speak like a native. And the more you use your imagination and creativity to visualize the tiniest details of those dreams, of those fantasies, somewhere deep down appears that fear that these goals are too big, therefore unreachable. When an objective is too big, we run the risk of giving up midway. After a while, we create another big goal, we try it out for a bit, and shortly after, we give up again. The problem is that every time that cycle repeats itself, you lose a little confidence in yourself. And with time, you stop believing in yourself until you reach a point in which the moment you already create a goal, you are already expecting to fail, or you simply give up. This cycle is so common that it has even been the subject of study of several scientific studies in the psychology field. For example, it is even used to foresee who within a particular group will commit to doing aerobic activities and who will give up midway through. Self-efficacy is a concept that has been thoroughly studied by Bandura, and that has a great impact, a practical impact in our lives. It is a way of putting all that theory into practice and reaping real results so that you can increase your self-efficacy. You can try it out, setting small habits instead of large goals. And that way, little by little, you'll start believing in yourself. Failure to achieve large goals can crush your confidence. And also in a similar way, success at achieving small things feeds your belief in yourself. And with every small victory, you'll feel a little bit more confident in taking another step onwards. And in this way, little by little, with time, you get to reap even greater results than those that you had created as part of a big goal. You need to leave your ego aside, to trust yourself again. A dangerous obstacle to adopting small habits is our ego. Our ego likes to get delirious imagining that it can accomplish very large goals. Our ego likes to believe that it can change completely in a moment. We keep dreaming that we can go to the gym and lift 200 kilos, or we can go fast for 48 hours, or we can learn 5,000 words in a foreign language in one day. Those fantasies that our ego creates when we dream while we're awake end up conflicting with the necessary humility to take small baby steps. That is why it is so difficult to commit oneself to adopting small habits. What fun is it to say that you're going to lift 2 kilos at the gym instead of 200? Or to say that you just not eat that small ice cream instead of fasting for 48 hours straight? Or that you're going to be learning 5 new words of a foreign language instead of 5,000? Those small habits are not as seductive for our ego compared to the large goals, but in practice, small habits are much more effective in boosting our confidence. The mini habits, which are easy to do, train your mind to have good self-efficacy. Think this way: are you able to lift 2 kilos at the gym? Are you able to learn 5 words a day in a foreign language? Those small habits strengthen your self-efficacy through practice and not through your imagination. It is as though you're continuously training yourself to believe in yourself more. To believe more in yourself, your brain needs repeated success. The human brain is able to learn practically anything that is put in front of it several times. And it doesn't matter whether it is the lyrics of a pop song or a complex mathematical equation. Your brain, if it is exposed to anything time and time again for a period of time, it ends up learning it. So this is the best way for your brain to learn that you are indeed able to reap practical results and meet your goals. You can use small habits and start believing in yourself. When you practice small habits, you avoid making the common mistake of creating goals that are too big and giving up. Instead of hurting your confidence with every failure, you do the exact opposite. You strengthen your belief in yourself with every little success. If you're already in that phase of not believing that you're able to achieve your objectives, you have probably fallen into the cycle of thinking too big and not being able to take action. And you can change that right now by simply exchanging those big goals for small habits. Small habits do not equal small results. You can reach large goals by taking baby steps. You might not yet be convinced of the small habit strategy. You might be thinking that doing a push-up per day or reading 1 page per day or doing any other baby step will not lead you anywhere. But that is not the objective of small habits. The idea is that you start really small and then you evolve little by little. When you feel confident about doing a push-up per day, well, you can double your breath and start doing 2 push-ups per day. And then you can double it again and do 4 of them. And you keep always evolving when you feel confident. Even your boldest goals can be split up in small steps this way. In the course, Planning Your Life, for example, we show how big goals must be divided into a series of small individual actions, and especially into small habits that will lead you from your current situation to your desired scenario. All you need is strategy, time, and patience to see those small actions be producing results. And remember, your training is intended to increase your self-efficacy, to increase your belief in yourself, in your ability to produce results. In order to achieve big results, it is much more efficient to take small steps throughout a long period of time than taking long, quick steps and getting tired of it, or just the beginning of your road. Practically all of the most desired goals people have depend on a continuous action throughout time. It is in this way that you can change your body shape, you can amass a fortune, enhance your intelligence. This is how you develop abilities, you improve relationships, you abandon vices. Nothing can resist the hard work of small habits that are actually taken on. In order to avoid falling into the temptation of going back to creating big goals, remember that a small step, truly taken, truly implemented, will take you farther than those big dreams that only exist in your own head. Self-efficacy is the belief in the ability that you have of organizing and executing tasks to reach your goals. If you have already tried to achieve big goals and you have failed along the way, well, the trust you had in yourself has probably been shaken. And in order to restore that confidence, try out a different approach. Try adopting small habits that increasingly produce a feeling of success that will feed your confidence in yourself. In the course Planning Your Life, we teach you how to include that technique in a complete life plan. A plan that covers everything from your highest personal values to the next practical step you need to take in order to leave your current situation and get a little bit closer to your desired objective. You can watch a special class from the course Planning Your Life right now by accessing arata.se/planning your life.